Hello humans, I am the Black Cat, and today we take a look at #Alive. Alive, or #Alive, comes from South Korea and was released in 2020. It's a pretty straightforward zombie movie. You have a zombie outbreak and you have the survivors. So Alive centers around a young guy named Jong-woo. I've most likely mispronounced that. Jong-woo lives with his parents in a large apartment block. He's a gamer and a streamer, apparently, which is made evident by his setup in his room. His parents are out when the outbreak starts, so he finds himself alone in his apartment, not sure where his parents are and running out of food. The last message he gets from his parents, his father tells him that he must survive. This becomes kind of his mantra to keep himself grounded. He posts a photo of himself on Instagram. Eventually, he runs out of food and the water is shut off, so he has nothing to drink except for alcohol. He starts to lose hope and decides to kill himself. But as he's attempting it, he discovers that there's another survivor across the block in another apartment, and they stop him from killing himself. The introduction of the girl, the second person, restores his hope, so the two of them together try to survive. I don't want to give too much away for this movie. Personally, I don't like spoilers, so I don't want to give spoilers either. Because it's a relatively new movie as well, I don't want to say too much about what happens. So I'm just going to give my thoughts on the movie. I liked the look of the zombies. They were more gory and threatening looking than some other zombie movies. I believe most of the effects were practical. If there was any CGI, it wasn't like obvious. It wasn't over the top with CGI. They kind of blended with practical, which is a good thing. The first half of the movie is pretty much completely contained within his apartment. He watches as stuff happens outside and tries to find information online or on TV. That is until the TV goes off air and the internet dies, obviously. Like I said, I don't want to give away too much about what happens, but they did show the girl in the trailer, so I think I can talk about her. Personally, I'm very happy that the female character wasn't annoying. Okay, here's the thing. I watch a lot of K-drama. I mean, a lot. And one thing that always bothers me is the female lead would often be really annoying. So I was a little worried when the female character was introduced, but thankfully, she wasn't annoying at all. She was actually likable. Both of the lead characters were likable. They didn't make stupid decisions. Most of their choices were reasonable most of the time. The lead character did make one major stupid decision right at the beginning, but that can be excused because he didn't really know what was happening at the time. The zombies looked good. They were scary and threatening. There were also emotional moments in the movie that were on point, I felt. They didn't feel like they were tacked on or forced in any way. The movie had a good flow. One problem this movie does have, however, is continuity. For example, one point that was brought up early in the movie was technology not really helping. Like when he was talking about how he could listen to the radio on his phone and just needed a headphone jack to do it, but all of his headphones were wireless. I had a problem with this because I'm pretty sure that even with wireless headphones you still get the wire with them anyway. Plus, when he finds the headphones, he cuts them off and just uses the plug in the phone to make the radio work. But then, wouldn't he not be able to hear anything if he puts them in the headphone jack? There are also moments early on that suggested that trying to use your phone could be dangerous because people were hanging out windows to find a signal. But then by the end of the movie, they were saying it was because people posted on social media that the army was able to find people. So the movie kind of contradicts itself. Early in the movie, technology bad. Later in the movie, technology good. So it was almost like they were trying to go for some kind of message, but then the message got confused along the way. Another continuity issue was the main character's phone. We see that after about 10 days the power is cut off, yet he is able to continue to use his phone even after we've shown that another 10 days have passed. We know that the power is off for some time because when he goes to his neighbour's apartment, and looks in the fridge, he reacts like it smells, implying that the fridge has been off for some time. So how does his phone still have power? Surely it would have died after a day or so without charge. Again, early on in the movie, he attaches his phone onto his drone and uses it to look out on the street. The drone feed flashes the low battery symbol and it cuts to black, implying that either the drone or his phone has died. But then he has his phone with him and even uses the drone again later in the movie. So how did he get the drone back? And how did he charge the drone? Even though the movie itself was enjoyable and engaging, it's little inconsistencies like that just ruin the immersion. You know, it just takes you out of the moment. There'd be an intense moment and then he pulls out his drone and all I can think is, wait, how did he get his drone back? Or how does his phone still have charge? Even though it does sound like I'm bashing it, it was an enjoyable movie. I did like it. So would I watch it again? Yes, I think I would. But anyway, that's all for Movie Review Monday. Let me know what you think of this movie if you've seen it, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!